Hi Aries, this is your forecast for the month of October 2017. If you have visited me before, I'd like to thank you for returning, and if you are new, welcome to my channel. This is a general reading for Aries Sun, Aries Rising, or Aries Moon. It might also be helpful for you to watch your rising and moon sign as well. You can join me on Facebook and Instagram for daily insights on tarot and astrology, as well as my pay-per-view channel, vimeo.com/thealchemistastrologer, where you can find on-demand pages with videos for love, finance, and other readings. So Aries, this first week you are working very hard at something. Maybe you are trying to improve yourself physically, your health, or perhaps you are trying to acquire some kind of knowledge, skill, or expertise. So this is a week that focuses on your talents, your resources, your education, and craftsmanship, doing a job well done. So some of you will be focused on getting some job training, or you'll be offering that to someone else. Maybe you're mentoring, maybe you're teaching, but you are focused on gaining from your skills and your talents, putting your talents to good use. That may mean for some of you starting your own business, becoming self-employed, seeking out a new job, or even changing your career. But you are going to be very concerned about your material security this week, and you're going to want to take an active role in improving it, whether that's building up your savings or getting the training you need so that you can get a higher paying position, or actually seeking that out. So you're taking a closer look at some things, and you're getting to the bottom of something. Now, for some of you, you're working hard on something that's very detail oriented. The details are important. It's something that requires a lot of effort, a lot of concentration, maybe something repetitive. Maybe you're building or creating something. For others of you, you may be cutting corners. Maybe you're becoming, maybe you're in a rut and you're staying within your comfort zone. You're not breaking out, and you're doing the same thing over and over and over. And so for you, maybe you're not using your talents to the best of your ability. Maybe there are even issues of poor quality in something, or trying to take the easy way out. So there could be a false sense of security for some of you, or maybe you're working on something where there's only a short-term income. Maybe this is a part-time job or one-time project, or some of you, somebody may be, taking advantage of the system, if you will, or playing, some kind of game. But for many of you, whatever you're facing, whether it's a challenge, an obstacle, some changes, you're not letting that get the better of you. You're taking that and you're using it as a motivator to move ahead. You're very determined to succeed. That's important to you. So this is a week where you're thinking of strategies, ways to increase your assets or your income or your skills. And so for some of you, that may mean you take on another job, or you seek out more work, or again, you ask for that raise, or you go into business for yourself, or you start putting aside money or paying off your debts. So for some of you, it's that effort, that diligence is going to pay off. You're going to get that promotion, or you're going to start that interview. And for some of you, if this was a health issue, you're going to take the steps necessary to improve your health, whether that's changing your diet, exercising more, seeing the doctor, taking some medication, whatever it is. But for others of you who are, sort of stuck in a rut and you can't see the forest for the trees because, you've gotten comfortable where you are and it's actually hurting you, You may be coming up against something that is threatening, something that's going to dip into your personal stash of cash, or something that's going to affect you on your job that gives you a wake-up call to know that you need to take some steps to do something. Perhaps if you haven't been taking care of your health, or someone close to you, a medical issue comes up and it's something you didn't expect, and it could be more serious than you would expect. For others of you, this is about, getting so lost in the details that you can't see the big picture. And it could even be being excessively critical or judgmental or nitpicky. Maybe that's you, or maybe that's coming at you. Or it could be that you're so focused on your own personal gain, your own self-gratification, that, again, you get lost in your own world of self-indulgence. So this is going to be a week where, again, you're going to need to focus on guiding your assets, your resources, and your talents. Now, the second week, you have a major card. So for some of you, this is dealing with a maternal figure, or perhaps a very important woman in your life. For some of you, this could be a Taurus. Some of you may be focused on giving birth. Maybe that's to a baby, or the birth of an idea, a project, a pursuit, a relationship. Some of you are focused on improving your health, your happiness, your sense of well-being. So this is a week where your efforts, you're beginning to see that fruit come to bear. Especially, again, if you've been working hard, if you've been putting your nose to the grindstone, you sense that you are edging closer to that finish line. So this could be a week where maybe your creativity is growing, or maybe you're very focused, and it's very productive for you this week. There's something that you are trying to nurture or heal or grow. And again, that could be your health, a relationship, a pursuit. But you're concerned with material comfort, perhaps your social standing. Maybe you're working on your environment, whether that's your garden, your home, maybe you're cooking, maybe you're just getting in touch with the physical side of life. There could be growing happiness. Maybe you have a physical connection to somebody where there's a lot of affection. Or if you're trying to have a baby, maybe you were working on getting pregnant, and this week you could be fertile. That happens for you. So this is a week that focuses on the success of putting in that hard effort. Maybe you are working on some dream that you have, and you could be getting some guidance through your dreams. But this is also a week to focus on whether you are motivated. If last week you were self-indulgent and caught in a rut, this could be a continuation of that story where, yeah, you want it, but you're not really motivated to go out and get it. So for you, your self-indulgence, whether that's eating too much, eating too little, exercising too much, or getting caught in the more sensual side of life, drinking, eating, sex, money, power, spending, whatever it is, that self-indulgence, that apathy could trigger a setback for you and reflect poorly upon you. This Empress says that opportunity is before you. There's lots of luck. There's a chance for you to enhance a situation by using your tact and your diplomacy. So communication could be very key this week, and how you use that. You have the ability, if necessary, if there was criticism and judgment last week, you have the ability to smooth that over, to iron out any wrinkles in a relationship, just by being optimistic, by being diplomatic. So even if you were dealing with something challenging, you're able to smooth that out. But again, this is about exerting honest and practical effort. So if you're feeling good in your finances, or you've been working hard to improve your skills, work on your profession, you're going to move ahead. But if there's any seed of doubt, then this is going to be a week where people may take advantage of you. You may be too generous and they abuse that because you're feeling doubt. You may trap yourself in a self-defeating situation. So this is about being diplomatic, coming up with strategies, taking those small steps that are going to lead you down the road to where you want to be. And in some cases, it may be necessary, especially if you've been focused on that detail to the degree where you're missing the bigger vision, it may be necessary for you to step back, take a break, let your confidence rebuild. There could be something you were working on. It wasn't going the way you wanted it to. Maybe you felt like throwing in the towel, but just stepping back and recharging yourself gives you the strength to jump back in the ring and, start on something that maybe you were ready to give up on and abandon. Now, the third week, you have new possibilities, new opportunities that open up for you that can solidify you emotionally and financially. There's something that's going to literally drop in your lap, some kind of windfall, a helping hand. If you were working on your health, that could be the focus this week, but you are trying to create a firm foundation for those things that make you feel secure. And this could be the week where you see the tangible beginnings of that. You're focused on your comfort. If this was a relationship that you're growing, this could be a week where, again, there's sensual enjoyment. You're connected to somebody physically, emotionally, and you're feeling good about that. If this was health, your physical situation could be improving. If this is about financial, you feel the energy to motivate you to achieve. And this could be a week where you get that salary increase, or you realize that whatever you've been working on, if it's a project, this is the start of that success in your venture. So capital is flowing. You have this financial advantage and you feel a sense of success because you're getting recognition. Perhaps you're getting a promotion, or you're getting, that you're making that career change that you wanted. But this is the week where you are planting seeds. Now, if you were working on, maybe you were working on beautifying yourself, this could be a week where you've got a lot of sex appeal. People are noticing you. And again, you're comfortable with your physical nature. For others of you, though, if, again, you were lax, you were apathetic, you were stuck in a rut, this is a week where, things may hit the fan for you. You feel a sense of loss. It could be that maybe you've misused some money or your resources, especially if you were overly indulgent, and that possibility existed with that Empress card. Perhaps your plans fall through this week, or some help or assistance is withdrawn, or there's a lot of focus on materialism, or maybe you were putting you were so focused on one thing, you put all of your eggs in one basket, and that didn't necessarily pay off for you. So in the positive, again, this is opportunity, something that's going to give you some choices where you can either get back something or obtain something that's going to provide some material and emotional stability for you. You may be meeting somebody new, having some good connections with others, and it's possible that, wherever you are at any given time, you run into that person, that new relationship. But for others of you, maybe you're building your foundation by making a purchase, something that would be, important to you, whether this is a home, or maybe you're giving birth to that child, or you're buying a new car, or you're taking that dream vacation. So, you're trying to establish something that makes you feel secure. But on the other hand, for those of you who have been apathetic or lacking motivation, you're now having to take a look at how you spend your money. Maybe you've been overspending, or maybe, you've been so caught up in work and your projects that you have failed to give attention to your relationships, and they've suffered as a result. So either how you've been spending money or how you've been spending your time is complicating or disrupting your long-term relationships or preventing you from pursuing an attraction. Now, the last week you have the Wheel of Fortune. This is a very karmic card. Situations may not be within your control, although you probably played a large hand in how things are turning out. Something you recently said, something you recently did, has changed a situation for you for better or for worse. So, in the positive, of course, maybe you're advancing. Maybe this is a continuation of those good times rolling. There's some important developments this week, something that affects your destiny. There's been a fortunate turn of events. Maybe you took a risk and it paid off. So this is a week of change, for better or for worse. And for some of you, some changes need to be made by looking deeper, finding that sense of truth. This is a week of fresh perspective, seeing something in a different light in order to achieve success. So if you were suffering in some way financially, maybe something threatened your savings account or, your resources, whatever that may have been, this is the week where you have a lot of resolve to make some changes. You are strengthened in your resourcefulness to come up with solutions. Whatever you need to, you muster up that strength to find the answer. So for some of you, maybe in the past you thought you did something wrong, you made the wrong choice, maybe, you thought this is it, and lo and behold, whatever you did actually takes you toward victory, whether you knew it at the time. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise if something didn't work out the way you wanted it to. This is a week for you to take charge of your situation. Take on more responsibility. Push harder. Go farther. Be more willing to go above and beyond. Even if it's not fair, don't focus on that this week. Focus on doing more, going above and beyond, because that is the key for your success and to remain confident in spite of whatever is taking place. So this is going to be a week, again, where you can take charge and make the changes that you want to happen. Especially if you're drawing on your skills, your talents, your resources, the best of you, your personal strengths. This is going to allow you to meet any challenge head on and overcome it. Now, for those of you, again, who made some misjudgment, you weren't motivated, you were stuck in a rut, you couldn't see anything but what was right in front of you, you may be missing the boat. There could be some opportunities and you're not allowing those in, particularly if you're focused on the mistakes that you've made in the past. There is definitely luck available to you this week, but you have to be ready to take it. You may be taking something for granted, or maybe you consider that to be, something small. It's not important, and that is the very thing that you should be focused on. So if something doesn't go your way this week, or some situation, just know that the universe is working in your favor. And again, this could be a blessing in disguise. Now, how you're going to turn that wheel in the wrong direction is by letting your impatience get the better of you. Not opening up to advice or suggestions, not listening, closing yourself off to even constructive criticism that might help you. You're going to keep spinning on this wheel. So this is a week of, again, confidence in self and a situation, and finding the right momentum for that. Not allowing yourself to be too cocky, too sure of yourself, where you're expecting way too much of a situation and being unrealistic. but also not swinging the other way, where your lack of confidence makes you divest from life, where you don't believe anything is possible anymore and you don't have any faith, and so you're expecting too little of yourself or another person or a situation. This is about discernment, seeing things for what they are, digging below the surface in order to get at the truth. Now, the underlying energy is this Strength card, and for some of you, a Leo will be important in situations. So this is a month where you are focused, perhaps some of you, if this was about health, you're focused on healing. And this card bodes well for feeling protected, for healing yourself, for recovery after an illness. It's a card of empowerment and endurance. And so, for you, if you've been working on improving your health and well-being, you could see some results from that. Whatever it is, this is about the best of Leo. It's about leadership, generosity, your ambitions, being creative, being romantic, spreading your warmth and light to others, empowering yourself, and using that power to empower others. So for some of you, you may have to act on something, and you may have to act on your conviction in order to see it through. And part of that will be overcoming your ego, reining in your passions so that you can, have the wisdom to overcome problems. You're not letting, your ego get in the way, but you are using your willpower to influence a situation. So persuasion and influence is going to be very important for you this month. There could be issues of loyalty and being, a steadfast friend. And again, maintaining that sense of confidence and courage that allows you to move through life, to flow through. Diplomacy and tact is going to be very important, because this is going to be a month where trust is vital. Trust in other people, trust in yourself, trust in a situation. You're going to need support from other people. So how you engage with others will either ensure that you get that support or will cut you off from the support that you need. This is about feeling protected or offering protection to others. It's about believing in yourself and in your dreams, but importantly also recognizing where you are vulnerable. Now, for some of you, vulnerability is an issue, especially if you've been overindulgent, excessive in any way. You could find yourself in a position of impotence, whatever that is, sexually, financially, emotionally. Maybe other people, again, are taking advantage of your generosity. Maybe you're being bullied in some way, or you're making into you're giving into some insecurities and making concessions that don't serve you because of your lack of confidence. Some of you, you're not asserting yourselves the way that you should in order to get the results that you need, and you end up being shorted in the process. So again, you are encouraged to take a time out, especially if you're in a challenging situation, in order to regain your grounding, your confidence, your peace of mind. Because it's going to be very important for you this month to confront any fears, any doubts that threaten you, because that's going to push you toward anger, frustration, blurting things out, doing things impulsively that hurt your cause. So this is a month where the physical, the emotional, the mental, and possibly the financial are all tied together. And so you're going to have to pull on your inner reserves of strength. You're going to have courage, and in some cases you may have to surrender or let go of something. It takes a special kind of strength to know when to release, and that may be more difficult for you than if you even decided to start over. So you have to choose. Is it better to start fresh, or should I keep holding on? So this is a month where your faith is going to be very important, especially if you've been acting with integrity, you've been doing your best and putting in that due diligence, then you can have peace of mind regardless of which way that wheel turns. Your intuition is working in high gear for you, so you can at least depend on that. And in times of peace, tranquility, when you separate yourself from a situation by whatever that is that brings you peace, meditation, doing yoga, taking a walk, long drive, working out, whatever it is, those are the moments where answers to difficult questions will find you. Now, this is not a month for you to, again, let fear get in the way, whether that's a fear of being rejected, whether you're good enough, whether you make enough, whether you are smart enough, whether somebody's going to get back at you, whether you're going to be by yourself. Whatever it is, that fear is going to eat away at your opportunity for success, because it's going to it's going to force you to settle for something that you don't want or that you don't deserve. This is also not about you being arrogant and bullying others either. You may be pointing the finger. You may be blaming others for your situation. Or again, not listening to the truth of something, only hearing or seeing what you want, and then you hold on to the past and things spin out of control. So again, letting go could be key. And when you let go of the past, you may make room for a happier, more productive future. This is going to be a month of revelations where you get some new perspective about a situation, some new information, some self-awareness. And if you take that and use it wisely, you can turn that wheel to work in your favor. This may be a month where if you've been operating, in a vacuum, doing the same thing over and over and over, stuck in a rut, it may be time for you to be creative, try something original, think outside of the box, do something different. Now, situations are going to center around the future, your destiny, and what is important to you, and the people that are involved in your destiny. And there could be issues of independence, freedom, and also about success and achievement, goals that you're trying to meet, and whether you are putting forth the proper effort or not enough effort, or going about it in the wrong way where you end up missing success. So you are encouraged to be optimistic, to be confident, and to remain strong toward your goals, to avoid being self-indulgent, reckless, and fearful. Now, you're going to be doing some type of review, whether that's some kind of opportunity to grow, or assistance in paying something or improving something, a relationship, your skills, whatever that may be. You're weighing your options. And, in some cases, it may involve you juggling something, maybe multiple obligations, or you've been reckless in your finances and you're having to reconfigure how you go about living or dealing with situations. And something about your situation is very important with regard to timing and paying attention to detail. So you may find yourself feeling very grounded, very safe, feeling very satisfied and very secure. And yet, because you're so stuck in this comfort zone that's very familiar to you, there's not a lot of action that's taking place. So this lack of action and movement eventually is going to become frustrating for you. Again, you're in this safety comfort zone, but you need to push yourself a little harder. You probably have some plans that are new, that are just beginning, and you can feel the building of that excitement toward, some movement toward those plans. All right, Aries, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. And of course, you can always book a personal reading at thealchemistastrologer.com.